Hello, everyone. This is Kendra Watkins with another installment of our ASUN Lunchbox, and I am joined here with Bellarmine. I seen that you were a guard. I seen that you were a forward. How do they have you? How do they have you listed?
Yeah, I'm a guard. I'm a guard.
Boom.
Guard.
Okay. I am here with Bellarmine guard Pedro Bradshaw. How are you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm all right. I just wanted to make sure I get that correct because I just know just being on the court, sometimes when you have dudes your size, 6'7", they want to make sure that they're listed as a guard because they worked hard on those handles. So
Right. Now, at the end of the day, I'm a basketball player, though. I can do a little bit of everything.
boom, correction. All right. So definitely I wanted to get into everything. And also I wanted to congratulate you just on your most recent ASUN Player of the Week award. So definitely want to congratulate you for that. And let's get directly into it. Let's talk about this past weekend because you notched two double doubles going into this weekend, and where you led the team in both, or led everyone in points, rebounds, assists. Just tell me, what was the game plan going into that game? Like, what did Coach Davenport draw up, and how did you guys execute?
The biggest thing for us was we knew we were going against a good Jacksonville team, and they had the leading scorer in the conference in James, and our biggest thing was ball containment and staying tight in our gaps and forcing him to take tough shots. And we did that, and our coaches had a great scout for us, our assistant coaches, so kudos to them. And we really drilled particular things all week in our individuals and in our practices in order to get the job done. So this is big credit to our coaches.
Okay. And just going into the game, what was your mindset? Because I seen you got it going early, and you just got it rolling. So was it like an attack, or were you looking to see what they gave you?
It was a little bit of both. I always try to stay aggressive. I'm learning more and more as the season goes on when to kind of pick my spots. Earlier in the year, because I just got here last year, so I'm still trying to learn certain parts of the offense as far as when to shoot it and when to pass it and make plays for everybody else. So I'm getting a lot better with that. So I always come out. I want to be aggressive right out of the gate, and then kind of see how the defense is playing from there on out. And if I got to make a play for somebody else, that's what I got to do. So just filling the game out.
Got you. And I had a chance to speak to Coach Davenport just earlier, and yeah, he'll have you ready to run through walls. Like, I actually looked at an interview, or just one of your post game shows from just this past week, and he was talking about just when you come to Bellarmine, like, they're just going to push you harder than anyone has ever pushed you. However, just being in, like, you're going to have a family environment, and it's going to give you just as much support as anything that you've ever had, probably outside of your family. So I wanted to ask, just being that this is year two of you being at Bellarmine, tell me, what has the transition been, and what have you just noticed coming into the Knight family?
It's been amazing, man. Like, it's you probably hear it from Coach Davenport and other guys, but man, this place is very unique, man. Like, the stuff that we do, our traditions, and the way we interact with each other, it's not like this everywhere, And I've been to two schools before this, so I can definitely see the difference. It's such great team chemistry, such great camaraderie. The coaches are amazing all around, man. They really know the game, and they've coached at an extremely high level, all three of them, and our two other assistants. So it's just been amazing, man. They just really, you kind of attested to Coach Davenport talking about how hard he tells us he's going to push us when we first get here. And I told him that I really wanted that. That was something that I needed. I had a really tough coach in high school who really pushed me, and coming from two straight schools, not really having things going the way I wanted. But, you have goals as a player, and, in order to reach those, somebody has to push you. And that guy is usually your head coach. So I know he wants the best for me. So that's why oftentimes he'll really get in my face and kind of chew me out a little bit, but it's not unwarranted at all. He really just wants me to be the best player I can be. So I accept that, and I take it with a grain of salt, and keep it moving. Just got to keep working.
Okay. And I just wanted to ask, because I noticed, like you just said that you guys went up against, like, the top scorer in the A-Sign just this past weekend, and guys did a really good job of containing, and just your first series in the conference, because I know that you came up against our preseason player of the year. That first game, like, you guys went to the wire.
Right.
just as far as in the way that you guys contain, just going back to that particular series and just dropping those two games, just what transition just from just dropping those two games and then just going on an 8-0 tear through the conference just this past weekend.
We've always known as a team internally that we can compete with just about anybody in the nation, and I felt like we've shown that in past games before against high major competition. And prior to those two games against Lipscomb, we really were interested to see how we, compared to the guys in our league. And after that, those first two games, man, we're in the locker room and we're obviously devastated about our losses, especially the way they kind of ended up. But we knew right then and there what we wanted to do and what we could do and what we can be. So we knew that we could compete with anybody in this league and potentially have a shot at winning it. So that really started everybody's engine, man. Like that Monday in practice, like it was on, man. It was on. Guys were ready. They were fired up. They were competing. Our practices were tough, man. Guys were really going at each other hard. So that kind of set everything off, and then we got on the roll down at Florida Gulf Coast and on to now. So.
And just as far as in like just what outside of that, what is changed just for yourself from then to now, just coming into your second season here at Bellarmine, like some things that you've been working on and some things that you have been seeing come to fruition just this season?
Just continue to work and like just work harder and work more in general. Coming in last year, we had 4 seniors, 3 of them started. So I started myself, but I wasn't a true focal point in the offense. So I got to see a guy that I still look up to this day, one of the seniors, Alex Cook, and he still texts me and talks to me. And we've worked out a few times on some certain things that I saw in his game last year and him as a leader. Seeing him getting into the gym early, getting shots up early, always being the first one in the gym, man, that was just huge for me. So now, me being a focal point of the team, I'm in this kind of his same shoes. So now I'm the first one in the gym usually. I'm the one getting up more shots and putting in a lot of time, man. So that and just working on one-on-one situations, late clock or opportunities when I have a mismatch, I feel, or, when we just need a bucket, and just working in general, man. I worked so hard from the summer on to now as far as just getting stronger and working on my shot. I'm still nowhere where I want to be, but it's a lot better than last year. So, and just letting the game come to me as a whole, my teammates and my coaches, they trust me to make the right play at the end of the day, whether it's making a play or scoring or rebounding or defending. So just making the right play, whatever that is.
Man, you're talking about that you're not where you want to be with the jump shot. Like you were one of our 3-point leaders for a moment, just in percentage wise. Where are you trying to be?
Better than that, man. I try not to ever force things, so you'll never see me take too many tough shots. And then plus our offense, the way we play, we always want to get the best and the greatest shot of the possession. But at the end of the day, regardless of if it's tough or not, you got to knock it down. So, just trying to be better as a whole.
All right, got you. And just talking about all around games, because I seen that just going back to your Twitter page, like just going through the Twitter page looking for some stuff to talk about. I seen that you had pinned at the top. Like you actually had Ben Wilson, like he was a high school player out of Chicago, and he was probably one of the best or one of the highest rated high school prospects at that particular time. And first of all, I looked at it and I was like, what does he know about Ben Wilson? Tell me more, just why, first and foremost, that what he said and just his statue just resonated with you and how it sits with you now.
When his documentary came out, it really kind of opened my eyes up. Like you said, he was such a great player and an amazing talent, but he was an amazing person as well. He had so many people that really looked up to him. He had a great amount of friends that spoke good about him, after the fact. And the way he passed was so tragic. I feel like he really could have been one of the greatest players of all time, but, he was long, he was skinny, but he was extremely versatile. He made the right plays, high basketball IQ. And at the time, when it came out, I was obviously skinny. I'm still skinny now, but I had a little cut, kind of like he does. And when I would go play at the local park with the older guys, I was long, had the cut, skinny. So they would say, hey, you look like Benji. Benji could be your daddy. Goofy stuff like that. So like I said, his game and his personality, it really kind of resonated with me. So I've always kind of carried that along with me.
Gotcha. Because I was gonna say, like, I see a little bit in that game because obviously the only thing I've really seen was the ESPN documentary as well. However, just during that time, like, I'm a hip hop enthusiast, so I just hear like Common reference him. Just I was a Magic fan, so just watching Nick and talk about him so much, and this is just all before the documentary. So when the documentary came out, I was like, who is this individual? Let me go check it out. And just to see the little bit that we got to see of his game, I was like, I can see a little bit of you in that, just taking that, like the jumper was nice. Like that mid-range game was really, really nice. So
right.
A lot of that. But outside of that, just tell me, like just coming up, maybe even now, just some people's games that you see and you just take a little bit from and just say, I probably need to take a little bit of that, or I see some of that I kind of want to emulate.
Right. I mean, I watch a ton of film, and I watch a ton of games as well. A lot of guys, they just kind of watch highlights or, they'll read about it on Twitter and, but I really, truly watch basketball and I study the game a lot, man. I watch a lot of different people for different things. For my game personally, I watch Brandon Ingram. The way he plays out of the pick and roll, and his 3-point shot has improved so much from his rookie year up to now. He's still skinny too, but he's gotten stronger. You can see the way he finishes through contact. I watch Sean Livingston, also his mid-range game, the way he gets to his spots, I watch Kyle Anderson, slow-mo for the Grizzlies. He's 6'9", 6'10", a little thicker, but the way he plays with pace, and his Euro steps and the way he plays out of the post, the way he passes out of the post, things like that, and I'm nowhere near Magic, but I love his game, man. He was one of the players I always looked up to coming up, and just the way he passed the ball, man, his leadership qualities, the flair and charisma he had on and off the court, man. So it's a lot of different people, man, and it's like pick and roll stuff. I don't get to do much of it in this offense because we don't run much pick and roll, but a guy I would really watch is old Reggie Jackson highlights when he was with the Pistons. The way he played with pace and putting guys in jail and shooting the floaters or dishing it or lobbing it up to Drummond. So it's a lot of different people, man, but mainly Brandon Ingram and Sean Livingston, Kyle Anderson are the guys I really look to.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm amazed you say Sean Livingston because I just remember when Sean Livingston came out, like I had his rookie card and I was like, this is going to be that one. Like I'm really sad what happened to him just with the injury and all, but I know just watching him during that short stint with the Clippers, I was like, he just has eyes in the back of his head, like he can dish it.
Special, man.
So, but another one of my favorites, and you didn't mention him, so I'm just going to throw him out there, is Penny Hardaway. Like that was my absolute favorite, just because pretty much he can do like he was like Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson was a little bit before me. I got to see him play, but he was a little bit before my time. Like I was a little younger. But I just love how fast not Tim Hardaway, but Penny Hardaway played the game. Mm-hmm. And also that he could take you off the dribble. And the biggest thing that he used to do was just post up. Yes. Just how he used to post up. So if he had a little guard on him, he was going to get bullied in the paint. So, and he could score from all three. He could score from all three layers. So I see that, but let's get it back. I don't want to geek.
You good. I like Penny too.
I don't want to geek out on basketball, but let's talk about food because this is the lunchbox. So I wanted to ask you, what are some of your favorite dishes? What do you like to eat when you guys travel? What do you like to eat when you're home? What do you like to eat just being out of Kentucky? Let us know because, if we ever make the trip up there, we have to know the spots to go to. We have to know what to do.
Right. Okay. So my thing is my grandmother, she raised me along with my grandfather, but my grandmother's always done the cooking for me whenever I'm back home. So whenever I come home, man, even if it's for a couple of days, she'll cook my favorite, which is fried chicken, collard greens, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes with gravy, cornbread, all that type stuff, man, pork chops, whatever. So she really throws down, man. She throws down. But as far as just Kentucky in general, I don't know, man. Like I said, fried chicken is probably up there. It's weird because Mexican food is up there. Back home, when I was in high school, I worked for like I started as a sophomore and worked on till a little bit when I was in my first year or two in college. I worked at the Arby's that's right across from my high school. So really, if it wasn't Granny cooking for me, I'm eating the curly fries and
The curly
the
fries,
beef
yes.
sandwiches at Arby's. So, it's a little bit of everything, but fried chicken is definitely my favorite.
Yeah, that's crazy. People sleep on the Arby's curly fries.
I already know. I try to take up for them whenever I can. I'm Arby's poster boy.
But yeah, also that and man, your grandmother cooking like that, man. I'm surprised you were able to stay skinny.
And I run it all off. That's my problem.
Got you. That's that metabolism. God bless that. Yeah, man. But man, thank you for taking the time out to speak with us, man. I know that you guys are gearing up for North Alabama this weekend, so just looking forward to that. There was another team that was at one point number one, like you guys shared a three-way tie at one point, so I'm actually looking forward to that matchup. Just for this upcoming season, I wanted to ask one last question. Coming into the season, first and foremost, what was, as a team, your expectations, or what did you guys want to accomplish? And just, are you guys still on path with that, or is it something that you're still trying to do?
The goal coming in was always to compete for the regular season and the conference title. And we're obviously on path with that, but so many things, so many intangibles can happen, from here to now. I mean, from here to there, so
Mhm.
but our thing is never getting too far ahead of ourselves. We know in our back of the mind, in the back of our minds, that that's what we want. But we just try to stay focused on the next game, because that's all that matters at the end of the day, and just continue to work on the things that we need to work on and continue to improve each and every day. So we're definitely on track, but we're nowhere near where we need to be.
Man, I've heard you say that a lot in some of these interviews. So, yeah, hopefully you guys get there, man. And again, thank you very much for taking the time out to speak with me. I again welcome you guys to the conference. Happy to have you guys here. Guys are doing big things already, so looking to see what's in store. So thank you, man. Have a good one. And to everyone, this has been another installment of the ASUN Lunchbox. So make sure that you tune in on all of our social media platforms on both Instagram and Twitter at ASUN Sports. And also continue to like us or follow us on Facebook and subscribe to YouTube if you can. All right. This has been Kendra Watkins with Pedro Bradshaw, Bellarmine Knights guard, player.
Appreciate you,
Make sure
man.
you look him
Thank you
up.
for having me.
All right, man. Thank you for joining me. All right.